What up, YouTube? This is Steven, and I'm back with another photo analysis. This time, I'll be analyzing the covers of Yasuda Rei's single Ashitairo, which translates to Color of Tomorrow in English. Let's begin with the CD only version of the single cover. Alright, so I like the ambiance of this photo. I like the way that Rei looks in this photo as well. I like her facial expression and her eyes. Her hair looks slightly a little messy. Um, her hair could look a little better. But overall, I really think this is a fantastic photo. I like the golden petals in the photo as well, you know? And I like the position that her body is in. I think that, this is a terrific photo. Her face has life in it. It has a smile. Her eyes have life in them as well, life and vitality. Um, I like the white background, and I also like the curtain in the foreground as well. And as well, I noticed that there is a little bit of a rainbow in the photo. Yeah, that's interesting. So, there's a lot of dynamic in this photo. A lot of life in this photo. You know, Rei is bringing it as well. The ambiance is bringing it too. So, like, everything is working together really well. And I also like the plaid, you know. I think the plaid skirt it looks like she's wearing, or the plaid dress that she's wearing. I like that too. Um, so pretty much this photo for me, it you know it's a great photo as I've mentioned before, and I assume the theme of this photo is the color of tomorrow. And to me, that is sort of a difficult theme to interpret. As I said before, if you can't interpret the theme, then deliver a good photo. And I think, Rei has delivered a excellent photo. Um, so, checkpoint for Rei. You know, this is a fantastic photo. Let's continue on to the next photo. This is the single cover for the limited edition version of the single, also known as the CD plus DVD version of the single. And I like the ambiance of the photo. I like the golden petals. I like the lighting in the photo. You know, I like the curtains in the photo. Um, I don't quite understand her facial expression in this photo. Um, I kind of would have liked to have seen more of a smile, but perhaps she's going for more of an emotional look this time around. Well, not well. Happiness is an emotion, but more of a moody look this time around. You know, I like the way that her body is positioned. Although I would like to have seen both of her arms in the photo. Um, but I don't like that the shoes are in this photo. I think the shoes are a bit distracting. Really, they kind of take away from the ambiance, in my opinion. And this is a fantastic photo. But I think the shoes just kind of throws things off a little bit. And in the background, it looks like there's like a window or something, or like a, a balcony, maybe like some type of a window. Like, wow, it does kind of seem like, okay, what's beyond that point? Like, what's in the light. So it does kind of seem to be kind of like, okay, what is tomorrow going to be like? Kind of like, what's the future going to be like? So I think it plays well into that, the theme of color of tomorrow. Like, hey, what is the color of tomorrow? You're kind of wondering. Let's move on to the final photo. And this photo is a promotional photo for the single. And I think that Rei has a very lovely face. And I like the ambiance of the photo. And the outfit is cool as well. And overall, I think this is a nice photo. I think that maybe her neck could have been positioned a little bit better. But overall, I do think this is a nice photo as well. Overall, great photos from Rei Yasuda. And for that reason, it was very difficult for me to rank these photos. You know. But, I do want to rank these photos. So let me give you my rankings. So here we go. The limited edition / CD plus DVD version of the single cover is the best, in my opinion. And it was a tough choice, but I chose this one because I felt like it really played into the theme of the single, which is Ashitairo, which translates to color of tomorrow, the future, pretty much. And this sort of makes me think more so of the future, like what's beyond, like what's behind her, like what's in the light, it's kind of making me think, okay, think ahead, even though I did say that it's behind her, but technically it's ahead of us. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it kind of, the ambiance kind of symbolizes the future, symbolizes tomorrow more so for me. But like I said, it was a tough choice. It was a tough choice. The second best photo is the regular edition / CD only edition of the photo. I like, the ambiance. I like Rei's face. I like the golden petals. I like the curtain. Everything pretty much is on point. And just for me, I think that this photo may have missed the mark slightly in interpreting the theme of the photo, well, the theme of the single, but it's still a fantastic photo. It's just, has so much life in it, so much dynamic in it. And the third best photo is the promotional photo. And this is a great photo as well, a great photo. But in comparison with the other photos, it kind of falls a little short. And that's all. But what do you guys think? Feel free to comment. Feel free to subscribe. Feel free to give me a thumbs up. Your feedback and support are extremely appreciated and extremely valued. Until the next photo analysis, adios and goodbye for now.